Dan Hooker believes Matt Gamrot made one crucial error at UFC Rio. Gamrot was submitted by Charles Oliveira in the second round, marking the very first finish loss of his career. Speaking in an interview with Sky Sports, Hooker, who had previously fought and beaten Gamrot, pointed out that Gamrot might have burned some energy during his intense sprint to the octagon.
He looked like he was just blowing after
after this sprint out to the cage, really?
There's 5 minutes in and the collar looked like he was huffing and puffing, turning pink and blowing. So it was, but obviously like a huge gamble for Charles to take that fight only 3.5 months after such a devastating.
And that could have played a role in how the fight went down. Alex Pereira has now revealed his plans for life after his UFC run, confirming in a recent talk with Connect Cast that he's aiming to step into the boxing ring. He said, "I'm absolutely going to box. I've made it clear that I want to fight in boxing. When I joined kickboxing, nobody believed me." He added, "MMA was the same. Boxing will be no different. I'm used to proving people wrong." When asked who he wants to face, Pereira laughed and said, "I don't care. I just want to fight. It's not just about chasing the bag." I love a good challenge. I want to be the best. And now, here's a quick look at some of Pereira's knockout highlights from his early boxing days. Dana White opened up about what truly drives fight sales in the UFC. Speaking at the Joy Forum in Saudi Arabia, the UFC president stressed that storytelling is what truly captures fans' attention and boosts pay-per-view numbers. Dana highlighted Khabib's faith and the influence of his late father as the perfect example of a powerful narrative.
I mean, guys, and the stories are so different. Like Conor McGregor's story was very different than Khabib Nurmagomedov's story,
right?
And yet you let them both kind of tell their stories authentically.
Whoever you are and wherever you're from, that's what I'm selling.
That's what you're selling?
Yep.
Why?
That's because it's real. It's like we were just talking about these guys talking about being authentic and Muhammad Ali being authentic. Whoever you are, and you know, Khabib. When you look at Khabib and how into his faith he is, and you know, his father who got him started. You know, everybody has a great story, and what makes sports great are when you're good at telling these stories. And everything that ever happened from one fight, whether a win or a loss, the battle that you know led up to it, all the controversy around, it's people could stay inside this UFC bubble, and you get sucked in. And then I turn my friend onto it, and then he becomes a fan, and that's how it grew.
Because of the authenticity.
That connects 100%. Emotionally with people and builds hype around fights. He made it clear that it's these deep personal stories, not just killer records, that make fans say, "I can't miss this one." Michael Bisping has given his prediction for the upcoming main event between Ranier de Ridder and Brendan Allen.
I think if RDR gets a win, and I'll just throw it out there, no offense to Brendan, he's great. I think he does. I think he wins this fight. I think RDR beats Brendan Allen. If he gets the shot next, it'd be almost sod's law for Khamzat Chimaev, because out of everyone at 185, RDR is the guy that's got the most stylistic problems for Khamzat Chimaev.
You don't think it would have been Fluffy if he was healthy?
I was just going to say there's Fluffy as well.
Well, without him, yeah.
But RDR, if he gets taken down, he's got the guard, he's got the sweeps, he's got the jiu-jitsu, probably welcomes getting taken down. You know, it'll be an interesting matchup. Because outside of that, I mean, Drickus ain't going to get a shot anytime soon. Imavov, yeah, he'd be a problem. He would. He's not easy to beat. The hand speed last time against Bahalio was
impressive,
ridiculous. Strickland. I mean, Strickland's talking shit, calling for a fight with Khamzat. I don't think that's happening anytime soon. Is he? We're not going to see that. It's Hernandez and RDR. If RDR is victorious. Brian and Harrington, I've got RDR. Do I say decision? No. It's 5 rounds. I think 5 rounds RDR catches him in some form
scheduled
of
for
submission.
this Saturday night at UFC Vancouver. On his Believe You Me podcast, Bisping called the Ritter the biggest threat to Khamzat Chimaev and confidently picked him to defeat Allen by submission. Chael Sonnen and Daniel Cormier think Alex Pereira might simply be too big for Khamzat Chimaev. In the latest episode of Good Guy Bad Guy,
who'd win? Who do you think will win, Chimaev or Pereira?
Well, geez, Pierre is so big. I do think that size matters at a certain point. Chimaev would be a problem in certain positions. But ultimately, Pierre's size, even if he went down once or he went down twice, that's a big man to drag to the canvas for 25 straight minutes. I think, I'm not putting it the same weight. I'm putting it what they weigh right now. Pierre would beat him.
Yeah, that's a tough fight to choose between the two. But man, size has to matter at some point, right? It might not matter from 170 to 185, but it's got to matter at some point. When you start jumping 20 pounds, Chael, and you mean like a 185-pound guy that may weigh 210 to a freaking 205 guy that may weigh 245, that weighs 235 on fight night, it's got to matter at some point when it comes to size. You know, it has to matter, but I can't pick the
Sonnen and
fights on
Cormier
that.
discussed a potential clash between Chimaev and Pereira. Both voiced their doubts about Chimaev's chances, pointing out Pereira's sheer size and power as a dangerous advantage that could overwhelm Chimaev. Khamzat has revealed whose corner he'd stand in if a fight between Arman Tsarukyan and Ilia Topuria ever became reality. Having trained with
Я
both...
думаю, тебе тяжело будет в том плане, что находиться в чем-то углу, да, в этом плане чуть неудобно будет.
Нет, как сказать, если... Потому что я дружу с Арманом, я близкий, я близкий друг. А тот парень, я тоже с ним общаюсь, как сказать, не близко дружу, хороший парень. Я знаю его, хорошо знаю, его брата тоже хорошо знаю. Очень хорошие ребята, не в октагоне жизни, они очень адекватные ребята. Да, в принципе, все грузинаны такие добряки. Знаешь, я со всеми с ними дружу. Всегда был на хороших отношениях. Если Арман попросит, конечно, я не смогу отказать, потому что он мой друг, а своему другу в помощи никогда не отказываю. Поэтому я не думаю, даже если Гурам туда, в тот угол другой поедет, и мы, конечно, не будем друг друга обижаться, это спорт. Мы и так знали друг
And
друга.
at different points, he didn't hesitate when asked during an interview with Alan Bagbad. Khamzat said that if Arman asked him to be in his corner, he wouldn't be able to say no. Anderson Silva vs. Chris Weidman is officially set for a boxing match. MMA legend Anderson Silva will step back into the boxing ring against one of his greatest rivals, facing former UFC middleweight champion Chris Weidman on the undercard of Jake Paul vs. Gervonta Davis on November 14th at the Kasai Center in Miami. This trilogy bout will stream live on Netflix as the opener on the main card. It's a 6-round heavyweight fight with a 205 pounds weight cap. Now 50 years old, Silva has the chance to settle the score with a 41-year-old Weidman inside the boxing ring. Weidman famously knocked Silva out in July 2013, ending his legendary 2,457-day reign as UFC middleweight champion. The rematch 5 months later ended in a devastating TKO for Silva after that brutal leg break. Who do you think takes the win this time? Let us know in the comments below. MMA memes time. Here are the top 3 memes floating around the internet right now. Number 3 meme was posted by Blackbeardo. Number 2 meme was shared by Wary Breath. And the number 1 meme comes from Undisputed Take. Thanks for tuning in. If you liked the video, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any of the latest MMA news. Boxing Love Fire.